everyone, it's Jen, your happy ponder. This will be my first video. Welcome to my channel. Hello, hello, hello. I live in Phoenix, Arizona. I know it's not the #1 place you think of having a koi pond in our wonderful 115 to 120 degree weather, but it works, I'm happy to say. Let's get started. I want to show you everything I got going on. See you back in a minute. Hi everyone. So this is my pond. Give you a quick run through here. So my pond originally started out as just this bottom section right here. I built this back in August last year. Dug it out myself, then my neighbor helped me grab all the rock, load it in my car, drag it over here, and believe me, that was a lot of work. So it started out at approximately 700 gallons. It originally had a wetland that went right through here, and it was a shallow area. It was only about 1 foot deep, and then we were growing some plants there, and then we had the original waterfall right here. But what I found was, as my fish grew, my fish are in here, you can kind of see them. I love those guys. Some of them are humongous. But as they grew, I found out they needed a little more space, needed more aeration and everything. So my husband helped me back in November pull all the fish out, pull all the rock out, clean it all out. We pulled back the liner here, dug all that out. So now it's pretty much, it's 2 feet here, and then it goes down into a 3-foot section over here for them. The upper pond and the waterfall were all added in the reno in November. It added on approximately 500 to 600 gallons. So we figured that the pond is right around 1,200 gallons total. The skimmer over here is Aquascape, and then also the Biofalls up top is also Aquascape. I built the patio bowl over here, excuse me, not patio bowl, but waterfall bowl, because we realized when we put the waterfall in, we made a mistake when we moved it, and we weren't getting the water circulation or the water flow towards the skimmer. The patio bowl is run by a 1,600 gallon per hour pump, and the skimmer was originally run by a 1,600 gallon per hour pump, but we just upgraded to 4,200 gallons per hour because we needed more aeration and more water movement off the waterfall. But a problem happened when I did that. I originally didn't have such high water pressure coming down the waterfall, so what I had originally worked. But now, as you see, I had to put these 2 tiles in here because when the water pressure and the water flow increased, it was jumping the bank over there and running out down the side of the pond, so I was losing a lot of water. So I went ahead and put those in. I'm going to have to rebuild that here shortly just to get that going the right direction. The pond liner is 45 mil. It should last forever, at least 10 years, so I'm not too worried about that. However, when I built the upper pond here, I bought a cheaper liner, trying to save some money. And after I got it and put it in, I already had leaks. It wasn't working great. I had to adjust it. So I'm going to have to rebuild that again, probably this fall, take that out and rebuild it. However, I did have enough of the 45 mil liner, and we did the waterfall itself with the 45 mil, so I'm not worried there. It was just the top section. I know it's not perfect, but hey, I love it. We're still working on it, so adding the rock in, all that kind of stuff. All of my plants were purchased here locally from a lady named Victoria Helton. I think her site is called like Arizona Water Oasis, I think is what it's called. I will put the correct link in my down below. But so what I have here, they've grown crazy this summer or this spring. They were nowhere near this big. So what we have is we have a bunch of creeping primrose. Most of this is creeping primrose. It's going to have some gorgeous flowers in it. This is water poppy right here. Water iris, pickerel, That is a Canis, and this is also a Canna right here. This plant over here, I'm not quite sure what that is called. I just cannot remember, so I apologize. I love the little flowers though. They are so cute. And then, I love this. I found out that you could put mint in here. So I put some mint back there. I'm going to add some more plants, but I love that the mint can go in there. I love mint. And then that is my other filter back there. That filter is the one that the 1600 gallon per hour pump feeds to and then feeds to the bowl. That's supposed to work, I think it was a 900 gallon. It's supposed to filter out a 900 gallon largely stocked koi pond. So, between the two fountains, I usually have no water quality issues. My nitrites are usually 0, ammonia 0. My water usually stays pretty darn clear. I did have a horrible string algae problem starting out this spring. I got so bad that I actually had to pull all my fish about 3 weeks ago. Pull them off to the side. Pull all my rock out of here. Clean all the string algae out. Put it all back in. And now all the regular algae's come back, as you can see, which I'm totally fine with. I'm fine with the regular algae. That means a healthy, happy pond. It's good for your fish. Your fish love to eat it, but no string algae, so I'm extremely happy. That poor little guy right there is a water lily, and my koi have been eating it to death. It tries to come back, and then they eat it, and then it tries to come back, and they eat it. This is the probably 4th time it started growing little leaves. I don't know if you can see them, so I'm hoping that they leave it alone this time. We will have to see. I will keep you updated on the water lily situation. But I love my fish, my beautiful Doitsu Platinum. She's about 24 inches. And then I have a beautiful Kohaku male in there, sitting right next to her. They're usually best friends. They're usually hanging out. He's, I think, about 25 inches. And then I have a bunch of smaller fish in there. I have a beautiful Shisui right there. Lots of Sankis, a few other Ginrin fish. I love Ginrins. They're amazing. And then on top of it, oh, by the way, my yard, I know it's not quite put all together. We're about to add grass in over here. That's why all that's just so messy. So I apologize in advance. Love my gardening though. I garden every year. I do really good at it. I have a bumper crop of tomatoes. I actually had to cut down on my tomato plants this year because I had so many tomatoes. I was giving them away to neighbors and they were still losing some, still having them go bad. This over here is all onion. 3 different types of onion. From what I understand, I should be able to harvest those in June or July. I actually planted them back in November. So they're growing pretty good. This is all red russet potatoes. They're growing really nice. This is my tomato section, along with, I have a bunch of radishes in there. I've got some spinach. And then, back over there, I've got red char, some romaine lettuce. I have a bunch of carrots in there too. And then we've got 4 different type of berry bushes. And we also have strawberries, and we also have some pepper plants growing back there. They just started. This right here is my dwarf, what is it? Dwarf red delicious tree, a grapefruit tree, blood orange, dwarf lemon back there. And in our front yard, we have a beautiful peach and a plum tree that finally this year is growing fruit. We thought we got some duds, but finally this year we're growing some fruit on there. Some rose bushes here. They haven't been doing the best. I'm expanding this out. They just got trimmed by a beautiful young man, a gardener, good friend of ours. And then this over here is my outdoor koi pond. So it's my smaller pond. I just built it about, what was it, 2 months ago now. Built the 2 upper filters on it. They have filter media in there. It seems to be doing pretty good, but it holds approximately 600 gallons. It's 4 foot by 3 foot by 8 foot. And this is where I keep my baby koi. Whoop, there, you got to actually see a couple of them. Little Haitsuri right there. Where'd you go, little man? I got most of my koi from Jasmine Koi Farm. She has amazing, amazing, amazing koi. Please see her if you live in the Phoenix area. Or you can visit us on Facebook on Arizona Koi Pond Owners. You can get a hold of her through there as well if you live near the area. Even a couple states, she's definitely worth the drive. Otherwise, nope, I apologize. I do have one thing to show you. So you saw the patio bowl, the pond bowl. This is my patio bowl that I built. It is going to have plants in the backside back here. And then I'm also in the process of making the upper part that's going to spill over into the center. That's going to be like the water filter. So it's going to have lava rock, metallopad, more lava rock, then lots of plants. And then the water will spill out a spillway into the bottom bowl, and that will give me my filtration for the fish that I'm going to be putting in there. And I'll be showing you those fish here in just a moment. I'll see you back in a second. Okay guys, I'm back. So we moved inside. This is my, I think they call this 48 gallon bow front. If I'm not quite sure, you can let me know below. Right now, it is housing all my little guppies. So lots of different guppies, all different colors. A lot of them are their babies that they've had. There are all the fish that are going to be going out into my patio bowl. What is going to be moving in here when I'm done are going to be baby ranchu goldfish. The baby ranchu goldfish I also got from Jasmine Koi Farm. I have been growing them up. They are absolutely tiny, tiny, tiny. Excuse my front room and excuse the bumpiness. Hope you're not getting sick. These are my tiny little ranchu. So if you can see, they started out smaller than this little guy right here, and they've gotten to as big as these guys. Those guys are actually starting to look like little ranchu. They're getting the beautiful little tails. Got a few more bigger ones in there. I started off with approximately 110. I am down to about 40 now due to culling and them dying off just naturally. There are quite a few in here that are going to get culled here soon because they actually aren't developing tails at all. So they don't have any tail whatsoever. I don't know how they've made it this long, but I'm going to be culling them here shortly. But hopefully I get at least 5 really nice little ranchu. And then those guys are going to be the ones that go back into this tank right here. And then to tell you why the guppies are inside and not in my pond, I started out with my pond last summer, as I explained earlier, and everyone told me that you can put guppies and platies in there because our winters here are very, very mild. So they usually do just fine. They might just, hide away. Well, when we redid our pond in November, we had pulled all the babies. I found maybe 400 or 500 newly born babies along with all the other guppies. Pulled them all, had them all put aside. We redid the pond and we put them back in, and 2 days after we started back up the pond, we got a our first biggest, really nice cold night. This winter was actually way colder than it usually is. See all the little babies down there of different sizes? They're so cute. So cute. And then there's a couple tiny, tiny, tiny ones. I think you can see them there that were newly hatched. They've been hiding out. Came back the next morning and they were all floating on the surface. All that work and all those beautiful little baby guppies and everybody were dead. So that's why I'm switching them to the patio bowl, because in the winter time I can actually add a aquarium heater to that. So that will help me out quite a bit in the heat arena for winter. So I'm hoping I won't lose any of my babies. A lot of these fish are actually babies of the original guppies that we put out there because they were so little that I kept some of them inside in a tank, and I'm glad I did because, like I said, I lost hundreds of guppies and platies in one night. So lesson learned, I won't be doing that anymore. I did have to buy a couple more males because it seems like they always have females, or the females are the only ones that make it when they're babies, and the rest of them get eaten by their parents. I don't know. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching my video. Please subscribe to my channel. I will keep you updated on my baby Ranchu, my pond bowl upgrade, and any issues I have with my pond along the way. I'll be trying to upload regularly. So please subscribe, like this video if you liked it, and hit the bell next door so you can be notified whenever I update a new video. So, you guys have a wonderful night. Bye for now.